See the question. Zero point 1 molar potassium chloride solution. Resistance R is equal to 100 ohms. 100 ohms. Conductivity, comma, K is equal to 1.29 ohm inverse meter inverse. 1.29 ohm inverse meter inverse. And for the same electrolyte and 0.2 molar KCl potassium chloride, 0.2 molar potassium chloride solution present in the same cell. Its resistance R is equal to 520 ohms. 520 ohms. Calculate the K, molar conductance of 0.2 molar KCl solution. 0.2 molar KCl solution. See here, they are taking same electrolyte. Solution they are taking. In the first condition, in the electrolytic cell contains 0.1 molar KCl is present and resistance is 100 ohms and specific conductance or conductivity is 1.29 ohm inverse meter inverse. 1.29 ohm inverse meter inverse. In the same electrolytic cell, they are taking instead of 0.1 molar, 0.2 molar KCl they are taking, and resistance is different. So we need to find the K value and molar conductance value for 0.2 molar KCl solution. So in that case, we want to calculate K means what is the formula for K? For K is equal to 1 by R into cell constant. But we don't know the cell constant. Means the cell is same. Means for either 0.1 molar KCl solution or 0.2 molar solution, cell constant is same. Then, but here 0.1 molar KCl solution, K value they given and R value they given. We can find out cell constant. So for 0.1 molar KCl solution, K is equal to 1 by R into cell constant. From this, cell constant is equal to K into R. K into R means conductance or specific conductance. Conductivity, specific conductance or conductivity into resistance. So K value, how much they given for 0.1 molar solution? K value is equal to 1.29 ohm inverse meter inverse. Here ohms and ohm inverse will cancel. Then the cell constant value will comes in a meter inverse will comes 1.29 into 1.29 into 1.29 into R value how much ma? 100. This is in meter inverse. This is in a meter inverse. So is equal to how much ma? 129 meter inverse. 129 meter inverse. So the meter inverse is equal to 1 meter is equal to how many centimeters ma? 100 centimeters. Means is equal to 129 into 100 centimeter inverse. Means 1 by 100 again it is equal to 1.29 centimeter inverse. So what is the cell constant value for the electrolytic cell is equal to 1.29 centimeter inverse or 129 meter inverse. 129 meter inverse. Now for 0.2 molar KCl solution, 0.2 molar KCl solution, K value means conductance or conductivity or specific conductance we need to calculate. K is equal to 1 by R into L by A. Cell constant is nothing but L by A. So 1 by R value how much they given for 0.2 molar KCl solution? R value is equal to 520 ohms. Means 1 by 520 into cell constant value. Cell constant value how much now? 1.29. The units are ohm inverse, centimeter inverse. Ohm inverse, centimeter inverse. So if you are multiply 1.29 by 520, how much we will get? We will get approximately 2.48 into 10 to the power of minus 3. 2.48 into 10 to the power of minus 3 ohm inverse, centimeter inverse. The next one is what they are asked. The second one is molar conductance. Already we have the relation. The molar conductance and specific conductance relation. The molar conductance is equal to K into 1000 by concentration in terms of molarity. So K value we know. What is the K value? 2.48 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into 1000. 1000 means 10 to the power of 3 by molarity how much man? 0.2 molar KCl. The question, how much molarity of electrolyte they given? 0.2 molar. So you simplify that, this it will cancel both 0. This 1000, 10 to the power of 3 will cancel. Then the value is how much man? 0.2.48 by 0.2 means 1, 2, 4. Then 12.4. What are the units for molar conductance? The molar conductance units are ohm inverse, centimeter square, mole inverse. Ohm inverse, centimeter square, mole inverse. That is the units now. 12.4 ohm inverse, centimeter square, mole inverse. So here cell constant value they are not given directly, indirectly they given. So the electrolyte is same. Means electrolytic cell. This is electrolytic cell. This cell, same electrolytic cell we are using, but they are changed different electrolytes. So the first indirect, the given value 0.1 molar electrolytic KCl electrolytic solution they are taking in a cell. In that the resistance is 100 ohms and the specific conductance or conductivity is 1.29 ohm inverse meter inverse we got. So in that case cell constant we are calculated how much cell constant value came up 1.29 centimeter inverse came. So the cell constant is same for either 0.1 molar KCl solution or 0.2 molar KCl solution. Now what we need to calculate for 0.2 molar KCl solution, its resistance of the cell is 520 ohms and we need to calculate specific conductance and molar conductance of 0.2 molar KCl solution. The specific conductance is equal to 1 by R into cell constant. 1 by R into cell constant. Next, molar conductance is equal to K into 1000 by molarity. K into 1000 by molarity. Instead of molar conductance, do you want equivalent conductance means K into 1000 by normality we need to use. Okay, this kind of problems also very important, ma. See, next factors affecting, the next important concept is factors affecting the molar conductance, equivalent conductance and specific conductance. Okay, see factors affecting the molar, equivalence and specific conductance. Specific conductance. So what are the important factors, and we have to explain factors affecting the molar conductance, equivalent conductance and specific conductance. The first one is nature of electrolyte. Nature of electrolyte. Nature of electrolyte means electrolytes already we know that strong electrolytes are present as well as weak electrolytes are present. See, for example, strong electrolytes are present and weak electrolytes are present. Strong electrolytes alpha is equal to 1 means there will be complete ionization will take place. Degree of ionization is 100%. Here alpha value is less than 1. Alpha value is less than 1. That's why the strong electrolytes conductivity is always more. Either molar conductance or equivalent conductance or specific conductance always for strong electrolytes is more when compared that weak electrolytes. That point is very important. The second one is temperature. See, for electronic conductors and electrolytic conductors. See, these are the molar conductance, equivalent conductance and specific conductance are electrolytic conductance. Or electrolytic conductance, if temperature is increases, then conductance will be increases. Either molar conductance or equivalent conductance or specific conductance will be increases. But electronic conductors or metallic conductors, what happens when temperature is increases, resistance increases, then the conductance decreases. That is their inversely proportional. But here directly proportional. Temperature effect. Now the third one is concentration of electrolytes. Concentration of electrolytes. Concentration of electrolyte. Here see concentration of electrolyte. Either strong or weak electrolytes, means either strong or weak electrolytes, concentration increases. Concentration is increases, the specific conductance K, specific conductance increases, but the molar conductance and equivalent conductance, molar conductance and equivalent conductance decreases. Either strong electrolytes or weak electrolytes, concentration is increases, concentration increases, specific conductance value increases, but molar conductance and equivalent conductance, what happens ma? Decreases. Why equivalent conductance or molar conductance is decreases ma? Because of ionic mobility decreases. Concentration is increases, then the ionic mobility will be decreases. That's why the molar conductance and equivalent conductance decreases. Because here particularly we are taking only 1 mole. Here also 1 equivalent, 1 gram equivalent of electrolyte we are taking. And upon dilution, concentration decreases. Concentration decreases means dilution increases. Dilution increases, then what happens ma? K value decreases. Why K value decreases? K means the specific conductance, one more definition I said. The specific conductance is nothing but 1 meter cube or 1 centimeter cube electrolytic solution. Conductance is known as specific conductance. So upon dilution, dilution is increases, then volume will be increases. Then the number of ions present in particular solution decreases. Then the specific conductance will be decreases. So upon dilution, the number of ions present in 1 centimeter cube or in 1 meter cube electrolytic solution decreases. The number of ions decreases, that's why the specific conductance decreases. But equivalent conductance and molar conductance increases, because upon dilution the mobility of ions will be increases. For example, crowd areas, see in market areas, generally in Sunday market, if you are observed that so many people are there present, then crowd will be increases. The movement of the people will be very difficult to move from one place to another place, because their crowd is more. But in the crowd is very less in general. Normal days what happens ma? There is people are very less are present, then they can move very easily. So dilution is increases, then the movement of ions will be increases. The movement of ions is increasing means molar conductance or equivalent conductance will be increases. Molar conductance or equivalent conductance will be increases. Let's see graphical representation. For strong electrolytes as well as weak electrolytes, how the molar conductance and equivalent conductance is present with respect to concentration. Either molar conductance or equivalent conductance for strong electrolytes. With respect to concentration of electrolytes, the strong electrolytes becomes like a straight line. Strong electrolytes. But what about the weak electrolytes? Conductance or equivalent conductance of weak electrolytes. Weak electrolytes concentration is increasing, then the graph will comes like a curve. Means molar conductance or equivalent conductance will comes like a curve, not a straight line. Okay. Now the point is for strong electrolytes. For strong electrolytes, molar conductance as well as equivalent conductance and specific conductance we can determine by using graphical methods. We can determine from graphical method. But for weak electrolytes we cannot determine. For weak electrolytes we cannot determine. Upon dilution, for weak electrolytes, molar conductance and equivalent conductance can be determined by using Kohlraasch law. Kohlraasch law. See further. Here, very important point, limiting molar conductance. If dilution is increases, limiting molar conductance. The molar conductance or equivalent conductance. The molar conductance or equivalent conductance at infinite dilution. At infinite dilution or zero concentration. Molar conductance or equivalent conductance at infinite dilution or zero concentration, known as limiting molar conductance. Limiting molar conductance. The limiting molar conductance symbol is pi naught n. Limiting molar conductance or limiting equivalent conductance. Limiting equivalent conductance. The symbol is pi naught equivalent conductance. See, for weak electrolytes, the weak electrolytes, molar conductance as well as equivalent conductance can be determined by using Kohlrausch law. Kohlrausch law at infinite dilution. Let's see what is Kohlrausch law. Kohlrausch law. Kohlrausch law means the molar conductance of weak electrolyte at infinite dilution means pi naught n is equal to the sum of molar conductance of cation and anions. Sum of molar conductance of cations and anions, known as Kohlrausch law. Means, what is the Kohlrausch law? Kohlrausch law is mainly, it explains the molar conductance as well as equivalent conductance of weak electrolytes at infinite dilution. So the molar conductance of weak electrolyte at infinite dilution is equal to the sum of the molar conductance of cations and anions. For example, let AB is weak electrolyte. AB is a weak electrolyte at infinite dilution. At infinite dilution, the molar conductance of AB is equal to the sum of the molar conductance of A plus sum of the molar conductance of B minus. Means the sum of the molar conductance of cation and anion at infinite dilution. At infinite dilution. This is known as Kohlraasch law. For example, the molar conductance of AX by salt. AX by. AX by how it will be is the x moles of A plus 5. What is the charge on A? Plus 5. And y moles of B. What is the charge on B? X minus. That's where then is equal to the A plus y and y moles of B minus x. That is the molar conductance. In the same for AX, BY, equivalent conductance do you want to calculate? Already we know that the relation, the equivalent conductance is equal to molar conductance by M factor. For AB salts, AX, BY type of salt is present, then that M factor is equal to the total magnitude of positive as well as total magnitude of negative charge. How much total positive charge is present or how much total negative charge is present? XY. Its N factor is equal to XY. For this, the equivalent conductance of AX, BY salt is equal to, means we must have to divide this equivalent conductance of cations and anions with XY. With XY, the magnitude of positive charge or magnitude of negative charge, how much is present? XY is present. Means N factor is equal to X into Y. Then automatically X will cancel. Then 1 by Y into the equivalent conductance of cations. A plus Y. And 1 by X into equivalent conductance of B negative ions at infinite dilution. So this is the relation. So we can find out molar conductance as well as equivalent conductance, because the equivalent conductance is equal to molar conductance by N factor. Okay, so this is about Kohlraasch law. Now, what are the important applications of Kohlraasch law? So how this Kohlraasch law is useful? So mainly the Kohlraasch law is useful to determine the molar conductance of weak electrolyte at infinite dilution. As well as for weak electrolytes, ionization constant also we can calculate. Let's see important applications of Kohlraasch law. Applications of Kohlraasch law. First one, it is useful to determine the molar conductance of weak electrolyte solution. It is useful to determine molar conductance pi m, molar conductance of weak electrolytes at infinite dilution. At infinite dilution. For example, the molar conductance of sodium acetate CH3COONA. How can we determine that sodium acetate molar conductance is equal to that at infinite dilution the molar conductance of acetic acid CH3COOH acetic acid plus the molar conductance of NaCl, sodium chloride, minus the molar conductance of hydrochloric acid, HCl. See whether it is correct or not. You have to take RHS verification. RHS. The RHS, what are the ions present, ma'am? Acetic acid plus sodium chloride minus HCl, hydrochloric acid. Acetic acid can be ionized to give CH3COO minus and H plus. Means CH3COO minus plus lambda naught H plus ions. And NaCl ionized to give Na plus ions plus Cl minus ions. And minus of HCl means minus lambda naught H plus minus lambda naught Cl minus. Here H plus and here H plus will cancel, and Cl minus and the Cl minus will cancel. Finally, what are present? Lambda naught of acetate ion CH3COO minus plus lambda naught of Na plus ions. Then CH3COO minus plus Na plus is equal to lambda naught molar conductance of sodium acetate CH3COO Na is equal to right hand side is equal to left hand side LHS RHS. Right hand side is equal to left hand side. So this Kohlraas law is useful to determine the molar conductance or as well as equivalent conductance of weak electrolytes at infinite dilation. See the similar kind of problems they are asking in board examination so many times. Let's see one example. Otherwise, in the same way, the molar conductance of acetic acid CH3COOH. Acetic acid you want means the molar conductance of CH3COONA, sodium acetate value plus the molar conductance of HCl. Here hydrochloric acid we need to add plus. Then what we need to subtract? Na plus value and Cl minus value we need to subtract minus the molar conductance of NaCl, sodium chloride. So in exam they will give this value and this value. Then they will ask find the molar conductance of acetic acid. Calculate molar conductance of acetic acid CH3COH when the molar conductance of CH3CONA, sodium acetate, is equal to 91 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. Come on. The molar conductance of NaCl is equal to 126.45 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse, and the molar conductance of HCl hydrochloric acid is equal to 426.16 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. So what we need to find out? Acetic acid we need to find out. So the molar conductance of acetic acid at infinite dilution is equal to the molar conductance of sodium acetate plus the molar conductance of HCl value minus the molar conductance of NaCl. Then sodium acetate value they given in the question, how much they given? 91 plus HCl how much they given? 426.16 minus of NaCl value. NaCl value how much they given? 126.45. 126.45. Then just you add both and subtract 126.45. Then we'll get value that is 390.71 units are ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. Ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. So like that we can calculate the molar conductance of acetic acid at infinite dilution. So Kohlraas law is useful to determine the molar conductance of weak electrolytes at infinite dilution. In the same way, one more example, the molar conductance of ammonium hydroxide NH4OH NH4OH is equal to the sum of the molar conductance of ammonium chloride NH4Cl. See, OH we want already NH4 plus is there, but Cl minus we need to subtract. Plus the molar conductance of sodium hydroxide NaOH. So there already Na plus is present and OH minus is present. What we need to subtract? NaCl value we need to remove. That's why minus the molar conductance of NaCl. So from this formula we can calculate ammonium hydroxide is a weak electrolyte. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. Its molar conductance at infinite dilution we can calculate. It is the molar conductance of ammonium hydroxide is the addition of the molar conductance of ammonium chloride and sodium hydroxide minus molar conductance of NaCl.